In this video, we've got a $10,000 grant opportunity for, I can do the Hulk Hogan for this one, everyone, with an application deadline that lapses in 10 days. And I've listed a link to this grant opportunity in the spreadsheet where I list links to information resources and application portals to grants for everyone. As you very well know, if you've been watching any of my previous videos, this is the grants tab where I list links to application portals and information resources. For instance, for this arts.gov grant, this is for nonprofits that are contributing toward development of the arts in this country, in the United States. I'm actually in Cartagena, Colombia right now, but I still rep mine. United States of America, NEA, offers relief funds to help arts and culture sector recover from pandemic. Now, this is for nonprofits. However, as I've told you several times in the past, for the number of these grant opportunities, you simply have to sell something, which is establishing the organized effort of running a small business. Don't click the back button, because all that means you simply have to start selling something. Feel free to deposit in your own account, but it's a lot better if you open your own business account, start your LLC. I've told you about this several times in the past, but I frequently get a number of actually most of you are new viewers. So I have an LLC tab on the spreadsheet where you have all these resources where you can go ahead and register your LLC. And for some of these programs, even if you haven't registered your LLC, you still qualify. So for instance, I'll just go ahead and show you the economic injury disaster loan. They are not offering grants at this particular moment in time, but they do offer a loan with competitive rates that you pay it back over 30 years' time. There's nowhere near as good an opportunity anywhere else on this planet in order to receive funding in the form of a loan. Of course, they used to give out grants before through this program. The Small Business Administration has just recently announced they want more people to apply for this thing. You want to know all the eligibility criteria? Give them a call. Go ahead and contact them. Go ahead and give it a shot. There's not financial advice, simply what I did. They had all these rules, but they have actually, the Small Business Administration is encouraging more businesses to apply for the economic injury disaster loan. Now, let's get into the grant opportunity that I was talking about, the NAV Small Business Grant. This is a $10,000 grant for small businesses. Again, don't click the back button as yet, because just take a look at the eligibility criteria. You have to simply be a NAV customer, sign up for a free NAV account. Fill out this form. You will receive an email that contains your unique voting link. You will need this voting link for step 3. It's very important. So you simply have to post a social media post, some form of content on social media, and you hashtag it with the hashtag labeled NAV Small Business Grant. You have to describe what your business does, the challenge your business overcome in the past, how the grant funds will help you overcome your challenge, detail specifics about how you plan to use the prize money. If you have any sort of side hustle, if you deliver for DoorDash, if you do Uber, InDriver here in Colombia, that's probably the best app that you could download if you ever go to Colombia. I think they also have it in other third world countries because you get the most competitive rates on cabs. I get cab rides for like $1, $2, and they take me like on 10, 15-minute drives through, and I get the most competitive of those drives on InDriver. Anyway, so if let's say you do Uber, you do DoorDash, you sell anything, or you do anything, better said, that generates non-W-2 filed income. In other words, the type of income that does not come from an employer, where you didn't have to file any paperwork with the employer, where they took your ID and all this other stuff, and they're taking taxes on a regular basis. Non-W-2 filed income. Now, you go ahead and document the income that you generate, ideally through a business account. If you don't have a business bank account, a number of these programs, they'll take it through, they don't even ask you for a bank account in this particular case. So there was all this criteria for you to apply for the Paycheck Protection Program loan, which essentially becomes a grant as long as you use the funds on approved expenses. They don't have all these requirements. You had to be in business in 2019, 2020. You had to produce bank accounts. But if you want to start to qualify for more forms of funding through loans, interest-free loans, I'm about to show you one opportunity right now. You definitely want to get all your ducks in a row. You want to get everything in order. Start to cross your T's, dot your I's, and ensure that your business is registered, LLC, or whatever your financial advisor tells you you should go ahead and file for your business. Take a look. There are no requirements similar to what the Paycheck Protection Program loan was requiring, right? Continue to encourage your followers and customers to vote for your business. You simply have to have other people that are following you or people that you know simply vote for your business. You tell the story on how you resolve the particular problem with your business. Look, and they give you tips. Look, these are the tips. Give us details. Your post should give us a real good look at who you are, what you do. Listen, in this day and age, if you are not starting a small business, you better be making tens of millions of dollars as a CEO of Fortune 500 company. Even if you got a 6-figure job, listen, you can make that much money. You can make 8 figures running a small business, 7 figures running a small business, 6 figures running a small business, whatever amount of money that you require to save and feed your families to ultimately save this country, United States of America. Use photos or make videos, more tips from the judges. Now, here's one thing that I do whenever for instance, I operate here on YouTube. And one of the key things that I do on YouTube is I watch other YouTube videos. I study the popular sections, what's popular on the platform, so I get a good idea of what elements, what components people who have uploaded popular content have included in their content, so I could kind of incorporate what they do into what I'm doing. But of course, I take the whole idea. There's a quote out there, I forgot who said it. Good artists copy, great artists steal. That means that they make whatever great work that they see, they don't simply imitate it, they make it their own, and they come up with their own way, their own rendition. Nothing's original. Everyone is taking something from elsewhere, from former great work, and they've made it better. So, that said, take a look at what organizations have actually won this NAV business grant. Look, Upcycle Hawaii, right? This is one that's close to the heart because Che Butter Jones. Why? Because he's from South Jamaica, Queens, New York, baby. 134th and Gaillard Brewer, South Suicide, Queens. You know that I rep that. I'm a little closer to the north part of it, over on 138th and 90th. I used to be up and down Suffern Boulevard, all the way to 111, on bike, all night, all day, breaking night. Anyway, to be exact, Queens is the most diverse place in the world, and growing up there, I gained appreciation for good food. Says Jones, I come from the borough that birthed Run, DMC. Nas, Nicki Minaj, A Tribe Called Quest, Can I Kick It, 50 Cent, you name it, Lost Boys, right here. So you get an idea as to what they included in their entry for the $10,000 grant, and take a look at the most recent winner, Upcycle Hawaii's NAV's $10,000 grant winner. Starting a business in the middle of the Pacific, all these challenges that the owner of this organization encountered and how they resolved those problems, all those obstacles, turning trash into treasure, starting a business in Hawaii. You know how things are sustainable. It's a trendy topic, make anything sustainable, just like Doc in Back to the Future, where he was dropping banana peels into the time machine and it made it go back in time or into the future where he could where Marty could wear all this stuff. Anyway, let's take a look at the spreadsheet. Bust an entry. Don't let anyone tell you you're not qualified. Don't tell yourself you're not qualified, because all you have to do is run a small business, which can be as simple as you simply selling used items on eBay, online marketplaces. And there are a number of other things you could do. Like I've told you in the past, what I do, which is simply to run an internet marketing agency. I don't have to learn how to code websites or market websites. I got people over here on Fiverr that I can pay to do it for me. And you could do the same thing. Just put the packages together. Listen, this is anecdotal, but I could safely say that 7 to 8 out of 10 people do not want to visit a website like Fiverr and have to hire people to do this kind of work. So if you simply learn a little bit about web marketing or developing websites or graphic design, and you explain to people that this is what you do, and I have all the information on the free education tab, which all constitutes grants. It's free education. You know how expensive education is in the United States. People go into debt for 6 figures and you can get the same level of education right here. As a matter of fact, MIT free university classes right here from probably the most prominent technological school on the planet. Stanford University, free classes. They teach artificial intelligence, all this kind of stuff, man. Search engine optimization. This is the practice of you optimizing your website so it stands a better chance of appearing for queries of targeted keywords on search engine results. Most importantly, Google, Reddit, big SEO, just start subreddits. These subreddits, people they share, they're real transparent in how they share, how they've been successful using search engine optimization practices to increase the amount of leads that come into your website. Once you start selling, nothing happens without a sale. Once you make that first sale, congratulations, you are operating a small business, and thus you qualify for many of these programs. Take a look. Oldie but goodie. Now is the time to rise. Apply today. The deadline for your small business application is July 31st. They give you support to start a commercial. They give you all kinds of, multi-year commitment to provide marketing, creative, media, and technology services to small businesses owned by people of color. Now, don't let that stop you, even if you're not a person of color, because you may very well be a person of color. Listen, I'm Hispanic. My family is from Colombia, Barranquilla, Colombia. Nonetheless, that's just my ethnicity. I'm black. I'm white, I'm Indian, I may have some Oriental in me because I've seen many people look like my aunts that come from the Orient, that come from China, from Korea. So I'm all over the place, and practically, I think most of the people on this planet are actually in the same case. So you may very well be a person of color, or the administrators of these programs are the ones that ultimately decide what are the criteria for eligibility into these programs. So you have to call them. You have to give them a call. Go ahead and give them a call, email them, do whatever. Understand? Look, just to give you an example. For those of you that don't say, these are not for, look, submissions closed. This one you don't even have to say you operate a small business. You simply wanted an idea. Look, this one is closed, but I told you about this. If you watch my previous videos, you know that I told you about this several times, even prior to the deadline. Submissions closed. 658 ideas submitted. Now, out of those 658, 100 will be finalists, and each of those 100 will get $1,000. So even if you don't get the grand prize of 20 grand, look, you got a 15% shot of getting 1,000. I'm pretty sure that viewers who on this channel that participated in this, because it was like at 400 and change a couple of days prior to the closing of the submissions. And I'm pretty sure a couple of you are going to win this stuff right here. You're going to get this grant, at least $1,000, because it was only at about 400 submissions prior to me uploading the last video. And now look, it's a 658 ideas submitted, and no more ideas are going to be accepted. You know about the American Seed Fund. Now, with this thing, you got to think about it. You may have to transform your business. Again, I'll go back to the idea of gaming tables. One of our viewers reached out to me, asked me, how could he apply for this thing? You don't want to apply as a gaming table manufacturer. You want to try to develop, because all they want is the idea. Now, a couple of you say, oh, but the idea is not protected. Let me explain something to you. A lot of people, they put, I'm not trying to take anything away from your idea, but I mean, an idea, just an idea. You can't even touch it. Now, to bring that idea to life, between lo dicho y lo hecho hay un largo trecho. In Spanish, that means between what is said and done is what separates success from bums. Not exactly, but basically there's a long distance between what is said and what is done. The execution, that's what it's all about. Anyone can have all kinds of ideas, innovative ideas, but you don't put it to life, you don't bring it into action. Now that's what they ask. Now, go ahead and seek some legal advice. There are ways for you to protect your idea. You have NDAs signed. You speak to the administrators and ask them, how is your idea protected prior to submitting an application, something like the American Seed Fund that provides up to $2 million in seed funding for something that's very innovative. So again, like let's say you build a commodity, right? Like for instance, gaming tables, right? Something that other people can actually replicate, or perhaps no one can replicate. But however, they're looking to fund technically innovative yet risky ideas. So you take a step back and think about it. All right, how can the manufacturing of this gaming table be ultimately innovative and be applied to several use cases, not just one where you can have technology and simply look, you just have to have the idea. Go ahead and perform the research. How can I develop a robot, artificially intelligent powered robot that manufactures gaming tables through an automated process, and that same robot can go ahead and manufacture kitchen cabinets or sneakers or t-shirts or whatever, has all these business use cases. Think about it. And if you need some more inspiration in terms of how you're going to put the technology together, what type of technology you need, go ahead and visit the free education tab where you can see, like I said, I had a scholarship for machine learning through Udacity. They're not offering the scholarship program anymore, but if I'm not mistaken, they have the free program, which is an introduction to machine learning. And if you can't get it here, listen, there's cybersecurity. There's all kinds of ways for you to enhance your technological game, become more technologically savvy so you can be more marketable in the marketplace for small businesses. You could be a professional. Look, there's all kinds of resources over here. You want to be an online advertising professional, right here, Google Ads certification program. The YouTube Creator Academy, you want to do what I'm doing, sit here and vlog about whatever it is your passion or anything you want to talk about that can help people resolve whatever problem that they encounter, right here, YouTube Creator Academy. Look, Facebook certification, how you can be certified to operate Facebook advertisements. Discover digital literacy through Microsoft. Look, all these programs right here, free of charge. Go ahead and take a look. And I've got grant opportunities for veterans. Thank you for your service. I was in the United States Navy myself. Look, DAV, $250 grants for unemployment relief for veterans. No fee accounts for veterans through Chase. I don't pay for money orders. I don't pay for bank checks, anything that requires a fee. I don't pay for it when it comes down to Chase. I don't have to keep a minimum balance either. Career advancement for military members right here through shift.org. It's like a 4-week program. They enhance you with all kinds of skills. Now, for these grant programs, this is a gem right here, okay? Candid, Introduction to Proposal Writing. This is a 1-hour long class where you learn how to write proposals to submit your pitches so you can receive a grant. So the basic elements of a proposal, the do's and don'ts of writing and submitting a proposal. I gotta make time to take this. It's free. All you gotta do is log in to enroll to this stuff. Candid, look, I've put all these resources together. You think this is not valuable? All of you always ask me, oh, I'll pay you to write a grant for me. You don't need to do that. You can learn how to do it right here. That's it. Learn how to do it right here. Elevate the future. These people, they build websites for you. That's the grant opportunity. It doesn't have to always come in the form of money. A number of you have been successful in receiving the GoFundMe grant, where you raise at least $500 from 5 different people, not 10, from 5 different people, and GoFundMe will match up to $500. You get a $500 grant with the $500 that you raised from people. Now, let me give you a little hack on how you can raise money. You got a product or service, or you're selling things, used items you want to sell on eBay, just have people pay you through GoFundMe. That's it. That's how I did some fundraising when I held a virtual conference. I offered consulting, I offered sponsorships, all kinds of perks for people to go ahead and donate towards my campaign. You can do the same thing. I'm no better than you. And again, like I told you, on Fiverr, if you want to go ahead and contract people, they do anything. You want to do, like I was telling you, search engine optimization. A number of you always talking about, how do I get funding for my startup? You put together a package and you sell it. That's it. Just get some knowledge about it. You sell it and you get people like these to do the work for you. You can go ahead and test them out. Look, it only costs a few bucks to test them out. $90 here, $75 there, $25. You can easily sell packages. Search engine optimization. My retainers have been north of $25,000 on a monthly basis. It's ridiculous the amount of money you could generate. Why? Because I'm confident that I can make $250,000 for a client. This is the other opportunity that I wanted to show you right here. Take the wheel of your financial future. Turo has something called the Turo Seed Initiative, where they are partnering with Kiva to provide interest-free loans for people who want to start a business on Turo. Turo, just in case you don't know, it's an Airbnb for cars, basically. So if you don't have a use for a vehicle, or you simply want to go ahead and buy a nice vehicle, you want to buy a Tesla, for instance, these things go for like $300 a day. As a matter of fact, I may sink my teeth into this thing myself. I was going to do it with an older car I have, but it was actually more profitable for me to sell it through Carvana. I got like 10 G's for like an 8-year-old car. I was like, let me get the money. I'm like, whatever. And I had to do something with it. Anyway, so it would have been more profitable to do that as opposed to me trying to rent it. So let's say you buy, this is one way to make a liability into an asset. A liability is anything that you buy that you simply put money out for and you have to maintain, doesn't give you any money back. But you can go ahead and purchase a new vehicle and you can have people pay you to pay that vehicle off, and the vehicle stays yours. You can build your own fleet that way, because as long as you cover the payments for one vehicle, you can just go ahead and buy another. And it's a lot easier for you to buy a vehicle as opposed to buying a house. They drive the microscope in every orifice. They'll stick it in your pores if they can in order to ensure that you'll be able to pay that thing back. They don't want you to jump on any referral, any relief programs, any deferral, or any forbearance programs. They want to ensure that you're working. They check every single time, double, triple, quadruple check. With a car, it's as simple as you having good enough credit. Sometimes you don't have to have good credit to go ahead and apply for the credit, and they're giving out cars like credit. So you see all these new cars on the street. And again, as I have told you, I list all these opportunities on the spreadsheet. For instance, that one, I've got a capital tab right here. Bang, right here, Turo. And you've got all these venture funds that they look to provide funding for businesses. You know, you're always asking for startup money. Look, if you want to provide, startup money, again, the way that I provided startup money, I'll give you a quick hack. It's going to be so simple. You're going to be like, this is no hack whatsoever. The way that I got startup funding, I got it from my clients. I put packages together. Of course, I developed the skills. And again, I did not grow up with a platinum spoon in my mouth. I had gold teeth once when I was like 19, but I bought them myself with some military money. I had those vampire gold fronts that Method Man used to rock, but no platinum spoon in my mouth, no trust fund. If I'm going to get any type of inheritance, I'm going to have to pay for it. Literally, I could tell you about that some other time. Nonetheless, I developed the skills through the same resources that I'm showing you on the free education tab on my spreadsheet, and that allowed me to develop technical skills, to do this stuff myself, to perform marketing where I'm generating 10 times what people are paying me. So they're paying me $10,000. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make them $100,000 or more. And if for some reason things don't go as planned, I'm always willing to give back the money. I don't run a casino in order to build my business, to save and feed my families, to ultimately save this country. May God bless you. May God bless the United States of America and everybody else on this planet. Talk soon.